So Freedom Service Dogs was founded in 1987. We're 30 years old this year, which is very exciting, our 30th anniversary. And Freedom Service Dogs was founded by Michael and PJ Roche. Michael was a paramedic who was in an accident while on the job in an ambulance, and he ended up in a wheelchair disabled. PJ was his caretaker, and together they taught his dog Oreo, his border collie, to do some things for him to help him out and kind of increase his independence. So through that is how Freedom was founded. I love that Freedom was founded in such a natural way from this really personal need, and they found that they were able to help other people too. So Freedom started out of their garage, training a few dogs a year to give to people. And Freedom has always used rescue dogs. So training dogs from shelters has always been a part of Freedom, and I think it's a very important part of what we do. We really feel that there's enough great dogs out there. We don't need to be making more. A lot of organizations are successful that way, and that's great. We love that we're successful with rescue dogs that have been passed up by other people. So Freedom has moved several times. This is the 4th building, I believe, as we've just kept growing, which is awesome. The last building we were in for 8 years, and it was just time to get something bigger and more permanent. So Freedom started by training mobility dogs, so dogs to help with mobility impairments, things like cerebral palsy, multiple sclerosis, ataxia, spinal cord injuries, other things of that nature. We don't really discriminate based on diagnosis. We also place dogs with a small population of kids with autism, Down syndrome, other types of diagnoses. There's a lot of them out there. And then probably I think 7 or so years ago, Freedom started placing dogs with veterans who have post-traumatic stress disorder. It is a newer function of Freedom and kind of gaining popularity amongst the masses. So we've become familiar with PTSD, traumatic brain injuries, and the associated kind of challenges of those disabilities. We currently do only place for PTSD with military veterans and first responders. We are not equipped with mental health caretakers enough to deal with PTSD on a broader scale than that. PTSD is very complicated and affects everybody differently. So at our current building, we have 74 kennels, which is an increase from before. And we've recently started a new program, which we have nicknamed Operation Full Circle, so OFC. And this was in part funded by the state. This is a pilot program to help veterans train their own service dogs. Now, we are trying to be very careful in how we do this. We don't want to match a dog with a veteran too early and have that dog not be able to make it. So we're trying to pull dogs into the program that have met certain initial criteria, so we feel fairly confident they'll be a successful service dog. So we have our first group of 5 military veterans coming in twice a week to learn dog training and to hopefully be able to use those skills to help other veterans after they have their own service dog.